The Padres are home on a Sunday. That means it's Military Sunday. It's Game 3 of a 3-game series between the Chicago Cubs and the San Diego Padres. We welcome you inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo along with Mark Grant. Welcome to Padres Baseball. Well, today, Eric Lauer toes the rubber for his 16th start of the year. Comes in at 5-5 and fresh off an outstanding effort against the LA Dodgers.
It's fun to watch, wasn't it? We saw some serious progress out of the hand of Eric Lauer. His whole game, pitching up and out of the zone, attacking these hitters early, getting ahead and wiping them out. He's throwing the fastball, the cut fastball up in the zone. And once again, this is a Dodger team that's in the hunt in the National League West. 8 2/3. If you could have gone just one more hitter for that CG, it would have been the first one. But the 8 strikeouts is the one thing. And the velocity is up. He touched 96. When he first came up to the big leagues, he was 91, maybe. But a few mechanical adjustments, and the velocity is there, and a great effort last time out.
Now the Padres have dropped the first 2 games of this 3-game series. In a tall task today, they face the lefty, the very good lefty, who's 11-2, John Lester, an all-star.
Well, he's got a lot going for him. One is that he pumps strikes as well, like Eric Lauer did last time. And this guy does not give in. He works the corners. He utilizes all his pitches. You're going to get a lot of fastballs. He'll cut that fastball away. That's one of the reasons why he's 11-2. Plus, with the average for the Chicago Cubs, they are #1 in average. They're #1 in a lot of offensive categories. So John Lester also gets a lot of breathing room. 221 opponents batting average. So John Lester, Eric Lauer today, final game of the series against the Cubs.
You know, it should be a lot of fun here today. A beautiful day at Petco Park in San Diego as the Padres are about ready to take the field. And here come the Padres. Time now for our military take the field presented by USAA. Today we welcome 9 drill instructors from MCRD. One of the great traditions in San Diego, and certainly anywhere in Major League Baseball, as the players join the Marines today on the field.
You know, it's a great thrill for the men and women in the military, but I tell you what, these Padres as well, they get a kick out of it as well. I'm sure there's a lot of thank yous out there to each individual, thanking them for their service and a chance for them to get away for a little bit and watch a big league ball game.
Let's check out the weather report. Brought to you by your always sunny Honda dealers of San Diego. 78 degrees, southwest breeze at 10 miles per hour. And the forecast partly cloudy. Lots of sunshine, though, to get it started today for the 3rd game of this series. Don Orsillo, Mark Grant, and Bob Scanlon with you. Final game of the unofficial first half. And, of course, the All-Star break coming up beginning tomorrow. As Joe Madden here for the 3rd and final game of the series, and a look at his Cubs starting lineup. Anthony Rizzo leading it off at first base with Chris Bryant in right field batting second. Jason Hayward is in center field with Javier Baez at second. Addison Russell at short. Ben Zobrist in left with Wilson Contreras doing the catching the day game after the night game. David Bodie at third base bats 8th, and John Lester, the pitcher, bats out of the 9th spot. On the mound for the Padres is Eric Lauer.
23-year-old making his 16th start. We just got done talking about his fascinating start last time out against the Los Angeles Dodgers. The velocity is up, the confidence is up, and what a great way to end the first half for Eric Lauer with back-to-back outings. One against the Dodgers and hopefully against a really good ball club, the Chicago Cubs.
Now leading it off, Anthony Rizzo making his way to the plate. Picture perfect afternoon from San Diego. Say that about 81 times a year.
Yeah, believe that. Very fortunate.
Anthony Rizzo been leading it off this entire series for the Cubs and stands in hitting at .242, 12 homers and 60 runs batted in. First pitch of the afternoon in there for strike 1. Padres are shifting on the right side of the infield. It's jammed and pops it up foul, backing out of play. Hedges gives it a look, but it's well back into the seats. Rizzo 3 for 5 with a pair of doubles in the first game of the series. He's been struggling coming into the series, 0 for his last 21. 4 for 9 in the series so far for leadoff hitter for the Cubs. And a pitch in. Did he go, though? And the answer is no, according to DJ Rayburn. Mark Grant disagrees.
Let's watch. Oh, did he go? That's a strikeout in my book.
2-2. And he takes ball 3.
Well, ever since Joe Madden put him in the leadoff spot, you mentioned his struggles. Anthony Rizzo making the most of it.
Popped up foul, long run for Galvis, but that's going to get back into the seats and be out of play. As O'Brien and Hayward featured here in the first inning for the Chicago Cubs. And the Cubs beginning the day with a 1.5 game lead atop the NL Central. Came in here in second place, but now taking the top spot, and Rizzo with a shift arm just takes it the other way into left field for a leadoff base hit to start things here in the first inning.
You know, we know that because of the shift, Anthony Rizzo likes to pull the baseball. But I think, as we take a look at that swing, I think that was his intent to go that way.
Lead runner on, and it brings up Chris Bryant. .280 average for Bryant coming in. Close pitch, called a ball. Activated from the DL on Wednesday. Got shoulder inflammation. Been on the DL since June the 22nd, but came back and has played in all 3 games of the series. Turns on this and fouls it off into the seats.
Remember last time out for Eric Lauer, 115 pitches. Will that have an effect on him today? That remains to be seen. We'll keep an eye on the velocity. He touched 96 last time out. Location is always very key as well for Eric Lauer. That was part of his success against the Dodgers.
This is inside, and it's 2-1. Well, just came up short of that complete game effort. 8 2/3. Line down the left field line. It is a foul ball. Not much foul ground down there, but Chris Bryant found it. Rattles around in the left field corner, but a foul ball.
Let's check out the defense for the Padres on this Sunday military afternoon. Will Myers in left field, Manuel Margot in center, Hunter Renfroe in right. On the infield, third to first, Christian Villanueva, Freddie Galvis on the left side, right side, Jose Perella, Eric Hosmer at first, and behind the plate, Austin Hedges.
Rizzo with a short lead at first base. 2-2. And that is ball 3 downstairs. Lauer off the backside of the hill, picks up the rosin, and he's had to work hard here to the first 2 hitters. Jason Hayward waiting on deck and in the 3 spot today for Chicago. Payoff pitch. And a fly ball foul the other way down the right field line, out of play.
In that outing, Don, where he went 8 2/3 last time out, it was a 1-2-3 inning. Taylor, Hernandez, Turner, uno, dos, adios. A good, quick first inning for Eric Lauer.
Throw over, and Rizzo literally took 1 step back to the bag. He was almost standing on it.
Yeah.
Fly ball foul again, off to the right, out of play.
Looks like Eric's getting heated up a little bit. 92 on the fastball. That last one was 94. But it's not the velocity that counts. It's the location of that fastball at 94 or 95.
8th pitch of the at-bat coming up here for Chris Bryant. Inside out swing, and he will now see a 9th pitch in this AB. .115 pitches, as you mentioned last time out, the most that Lauer has thrown in any outing this year. Prior to that had been 111. Payoff pitch again to Chris Bryant. And a foul again, off to the right out of play. So the battle continues. And a lot of pitches here to the first 2 hitters for Lauer.
Chris Bryant being a little pest. Falling off pitches. Let's get another whack at it.
Ball 4, and he finally loses him. Bryant will take the walk. 10-pitch at bat turns into a base on balls. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Less of Lester. Guy's having a great year, 11-2. Hopefully the Padres can stop that before the All-Star break and put an L next to Lester after this one's done. And a repeat performance for Lauer. A little bit of a jam here. First and second, nobody out. Talking about that 8 2/3 he dealt against the Dodgers last time out.
2 on, nobody out, and Jason Hayward coming up. That open stance to begin. 286, 6 homers, 39 runs batted in for Hayward. Closes it up as the pitch is on its way and takes ball 1. That was the curveball that time from Lauer, trying to get something over right now.
Yeah, he's thrown a few curveballs already early on. See if he tries to keep something away here, induce a ground ball, maybe have him try to pull something on the ground.
A visit to the mound here from Hedges. Galvis will join the conversation.
You know, sometimes during a visit like this, Don, it's not necessarily one certain thing that a catcher or a shortstop position player, for that matter, will say, hey, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to. It's not necessarily that. It's just kind of like, hey, kind of calm down a little bit, come right at me, straight line, get out in front, all the cliches. Hey, spin it, get it out in front, throw it to the glove. Do you have any?
I don't have any, no, because I didn't pitch. Yeah.
Just to kind of calm down a little bit. But this here is a huge pitch for Eric Lauer.
Rizzo at second base, Bryant at first with nobody out here in the first inning. In the air to deep right field. Down the line towards the pole, but it'll be foul. Add the distance. And a foul ball down the right field line. Hayward made a bid for his 7th home run of the year.
2-0, fastball count. Hayward gets his fastball and just a little bit too quick. A little bit too quick, resulting in strike 1.
Line to right, Renfroe coming in, and he'll make the catch. Took a look towards first base, but he'll hold on to the baseball. Out number 1 of the first inning as Hayward flies out to right field.
Boy, that's got to be frustrating for Hayward. The 2-0 pitch, the foul ball, and then that one. He got to it, but maybe off the end of the bat a little bit, resulting in an easy fly ball to right. On a double play, still in order.
2 on, 1 away. Javier Baez introduced. Having a tremendous series, having a tremendous season. 293, 19 homers, and 71 runs batted in. Rizzo at second, Bryant at first with 1 down. Popped up foul, and that will land in the seats. You get him on the backswing again?
Yes, I think on the glove hand. Watch the glove of Austin Hedges. Backswing. Oh, on the wrist.
Wow.
That hurts.
Rizzo at second, Bryant at first with 1 out here in the first inning. Down and in, and a ball and a strike.
You know, that last pitch might pose a question from fans thinking that, hey, maybe Austin Hedges should back up a little bit more. No, he's tucked under there as close as he can get where he should be. And I just think that this day and age, Don, with guys trying to launch, it's the
bigger swing.
It's the backswing. It's the bigger swing that the catchers fall victim to that bat.
One, and it's to left center field. That's in for a hit. Rizzo coming around to score. Throw goes to second, and retreating to first base with an RBI single is Javier Baez. Cubs have taken a 1-0 lead.
Javi causing havoc again. We've touched upon him this whole series, what he does defensively, what he does on the base paths, and in the batter's box. He went down and got that one off the end of the bat. Lofts this baseball over the shortstop's head for an RBI single.
So the Cubs have gotten John Lester a run before he's even taken the hill today. First and third. Still only 1 out of the inning, and here is Addison Russell. That's in the 5 spot. This will be the 25th pitch of the first inning for Lauer. And it's in there for strike 1. Bryant at third, Baez at first with 1 out in the first. Over to first, and Baez back to the bag.
In a situation like this, you think of the double play. Well, then you have to look at the way that the Cubs have been successful staying out of the double play. They are ranked first in the fewest grounding into double plays. They're tough to double up as a club.
Now Lauer in his last 6 starts since June the 13th has accrued a 1.98 earned run average. He have 8 earned runs in 36 1/3 innings pitched. He's also gone 3-1 in that time. Another throw over, and back to the bag is Baez. Fly ball, foul, off to the right, out of play. He's ahead here 0-2. Addison Russell with Ben Zobrist waiting on deck. Cubs batting here in the first inning. They have gathered a run in this first inning right out of the gate today. up the middle into center field. From third comes Bryant. Heading to third is Baez. Throw goes there, but he is safely in. And on the throw, Russell takes second base. Cubs will take a 2-0 lead. RBI single for Russell.
Another pitch that, you know, it's inside and it's avoiding the sweet spot on the bat, but Russell fighting this one off, taking it right back almost off the dome of Eric Lauer. Eric Lauer definitely not hitting his spots early on in this first inning.
Second and third, 2 runs in, 1 down. Aaron Balsley finishing up his conversation with his pitcher. And he got Ben Zobrist coming up. Zobrist getting the start in left field today for Joe Madden. And hitting a .287, 6 homers, 35 runs batted in. John Lester has not thrown a pitch yet. He's got himself a 2-0 advantage. Fly ball foul down the right field line, out of play. Let me ask you this: as long as this goes on, as far as the starting pitcher goes, you warmed up a while ago. Are you just kind of hoping they wrap it up here or get some more runs? What do you think?
Me personally, yeah, I always got a little anxious to get out there.
Yeah.
It was almost like the case you want to stand up in the dugout and go, okay, guys, that's great.
Let's go.
I want to get out there.
Yeah.
That's kind of, I'm serious when I say that. But John Lester's been around the block, and you know him probably better than anybody else. He's been in this position many times before. He knows what he has to do when he goes out there for his warm-ups. But you're right. I was always the type that wanted to get out there, especially after scoring a couple, 2-3 runs. Get that first inning under your belt, even being the veteran guy.
30 pitches so far for Lauer, and there is action in the Padres pen. Infield in all the way around. It's Matt Strom who is up in the pen. 1-1 to Zobrist. And it's on the ground. Diving at third is Villanueva. He'll go to first for the out there. Taking third is Russell. As scoring from third is Baez, and the Cubs take a 3-0 lead. Zobrist retired 5-3, but picks up an RBI as the Cubs pick up another run.
Well, just out of the reach as far as getting up to their feet and maybe going to home plate. Wow, did you see the roundabout there?
Baez was putting the brakes on and headed back like he was going to be stuck.
Yeah, he was anticipating a throw from Christian Villanueva at third base and possibly getting caught in a pickle and then have everybody move up. Not the case. They get the runner at first base, and the Cubs add on.
So 2 down, runner at third. Infield backs up with 2 outs, and Contreras had last night off, back in the lineup today for the Cubs, catching the day game after the night game, and first game of this series. 7 homers, 34 runs batted in, 275 average. Seventh member of the Chicago Cubs to bat here in the first inning. Outside, 2-2. Well, they'll start it with Anthony Rizzo, who singled to begin things in the first inning. Walk to Bryant. Baez with a single, an RBI. Addison Russell, an RBI single. And Zobrist on a ground out picked up an RBI.
You know, it's evident that Eric just isn't as sharp. The pitches that we've seen this inning, there were a couple that stand out that weren't over the heart of the plate, and I think it's a testament to where these Cubs swing the bats. Balls off the plate that they just got off the end of the bat, serving it to the outfield. That one pitch we just saw of Addison Russell getting jammed, but yet poking up the middle for the RBI.
Contreras strikes out, but the Cubs scored 3 times. By Cadillac. Visit your San Diego Cadillac dealers today. By Jack in the Box. This season, Padres home run score. Free Jumbo Jacks only at Jack in the Box. And by USAA, official military appreciation partner of the San Diego Padres. Well, a 3-run first inning for the Chicago Cubs on top 3-0 as the Padres come to bat in the bottom of the first inning. And the look at the Padres starting lineup brought to you by Toyota. Manuel Margot in center field. Will Myers in left. Renfroe in right. Eric Hosmer at first. Christian Villanueva at third base with Jose Perel at second. Freddie Galvis at short. Austin Hedges doing the catching and batting eighth. And Eric Lauer, the pitcher out of the 9 spot for San Diego. John Lester ready with his first pitch of the day. And it's in there for strike 1 to Manuel Margot. Lester posted a 3-0 advantage. Coming in with an 11-2 record is John Lester, and because he's starting today, will not pitch in the All-Star game, but is an All-Star once again.
Well, the Cubs are 15-3 when Lester starts this year, and that's saying something. Throws the fastball, cutter, curveball, sinker. This guy doesn't give in. Doesn't throw down the middle of the plate. He is a strike thrower, a quality strike thrower. Fewer hits than innings pitched.
High fly ball to left field, sending Zobrist back onto the edge of the track to make the catch for the first out. Margot gives it a ride. 1 down.
Cubs defense brought to you by the San Diego Cadillac dealers. At third base, David Bodie. 12th start at third base this season. At shortstop, Addison Russell. Javier Baez at second base. Anthony Rizzo at first. Wilson Contreras will be putting down the signs in the outfield. We just saw him catch that ball. Ben Zobrist in left. Jason Hayward in center. And Chris Bryant will be in right field today.
1 down for Will Myers. 294, 8 homers, and 20 runs batted in. Batting out of the 2 spot. And again today, Andy Green switching up the order a little bit. Hunter Renfroe in between Myers and Hosmer. Breaks it up a little bit as this one grounded foul down the third base line. So Myers bats second. Hosmer bats fourth today with Renfroe in between. shift on Myers on the left side. Don't see this every day. Skips in for ball 2.
Heavy on the left. There it is. Heavy on the left. Naming my new band.
You already changed band names? You had a new one last night.
Yeah.
Didn't last 24 hours.
Can't ever remember what my. Oh, Ugly Late.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Didn't catch on, huh? The focus groups overnight.
No.
I think your band stinks.
Need a new manager.
3-1. It swung on and missed. Full count.
How about John Lester? You saw a lot of the cut fastball out of John Lester's hand,
Tons
right?
of the cut fastball. It's his go-to.
Yeah, and it's not like he just throws it to get it over. He knows how to locate it. Into the righties, backdoor to the righties.
That is strike 3. Myers thought he had ball 4. It's a bad news from Ryan Blakeney, home plate umpire. First strikeout for Lester.
I think John Lester got a call here. There's a 91-mile-an-hour fastball off the plate. Will Myers gets the bat taken right out of his hands. It's too bad.
2 down brings up Hunter Renfroe. They have the 3 no-hitters that I've had the chance to call. I had the chance to call John Lester's no-hitter against the Kansas City Royals. This one will bounce in for ball 1. Lester had kind of a storybook ending to the 2007 season. He had battled cancer, had to leave the team, but came back late in the season and ended up winning Game 4 of the World Series against the Colorado Rockies in 07.
That's an amazing story.
Really the beginning of what was an incredible run for him. And soon after that, the no-hitter.
And you know what's incredible, Don? I remember reading about that. That was 2007.
Yes. Yeah.
It's 11 years ago.
It's 11 years ago. 3-0 pitch. And that's going to just miss low. Lester wanted it. So a 2-out walk for Hunter Renfroe, and it'll bring up Eric Hosmer. Hosmer, 247 coming in. Hit his 10th home run of the year last night. 41 runs batted in. On the ground to second base, and Baez will flip to second for the force out. That ends the inning. Done with 1. Cubs have a 3-0 lead.
3-0 Cubs over the Padres as we go to the top of the second inning. Eric Lauer having a big leaguer where he went 8 2/3, allowed 1 run, but he threw 115 pitches in that outing. And one thing we knew for sure coming into this game is that Andy Green was not going to let him go too deep because of the pitch count, because he wants to get him a break before the start of the All-Star break. But the other thing you have to wonder, guys, at this point, with the rough start in the first inning, did that heavy workload in his last outing affect him today? It's the most pitches he'd thrown as a big leaguer, and he's a day game, so not getting his full rest. Mark, Don, we'll see how it plays out.
All right, thanks very much, Scan. Is leading it off and fouling it off is David Bodie. What do you think?
I guess my gut reaction would be that, yes, there's a little bit of hangover after an outing like that. I would think so. I could be totally wrong.
And he hits Bodie to begin things here in the second inning.
But I know Bob has talked pitching a long time and has thoughts on this, but I look at after an outing, like for instance right here, you know, the crispness, the velocity isn't there yet, the location of the fastball is off, and those are the kind of things I look at after an outing like he had last time.
Through 37 first inning pitches, gave up 3 runs, hits the first batter that he faces here in the second inning. Now facing the opposing pitcher, John Lester. And the bunt drop back to the pitcher. He's going to go to second, to force out there, throw to first, and not in time. Lester beats it out. Well, they do get the lead runner, and a nice play by Lauer to go to second base to get Bodie.
Lauer fires a strike on the force play at second base to Freddie Galvis as Bodie goes in hard to second base. Wow.
Think he went in a little too hard?
No, I think that's, you know, after a second look there, he went in hard, definitely.
Yep.
Went
It
by
looks
the
like
bag.
he did go towards the bag, though.
Yeah, went directly to the bag.
Which is the big key.
Sure.
So 1 out, Lester at first, and top of the order, Anthony Rizzo.
Nobody says you can't go in hard, right?
No, you just have to make.
He went straight for the bag.
Towards the bag.
Yep, absolutely, and he did just that.
Used to be that you just had to make, you could make contact with the bag.
Correct.
That's now been changed. The Chase Utley rule. This one down the left field line will fall in for a base hit. Lester running the bases and headed for third. Throw goes there, but he slides in safely on a double by Anthony Rizzo, who's 2 for 2 today. Second and third with 1 down.
Boy, what's with Anthony Rizzo? Getting the knob through, the bat follows. He fights off this 93 going the opposite way. He got jammed. First time up, went to left field. Second time up for the double. Anthony knows that there's just many hits out there as there are to the pull side.
Padres bringing the infield in, not all the way in. You got the pitcher and Lester running. So they played about halfway. Chris Bryant will take ball 1. The Cubs already, as they bat here in the second inning, they've had 5 plate appearances with runners in scoring position, and they are 2 for 5 in that category. 3-game hitting streak coming in for Bryant. Strike call, generous.
You bet. That was off the plate. So we've seen that from both sides. John Lester got a call. Eric Lauer gets a call.
Bryant reaching out and poking it foul off to the right, out of play.
This is where Eric Lauer can hopefully make Chris Bryant chase for something in the dirt. Hedges has got to be on his toes for that breaking ball. Looks like he's going up and out of the zone. No, maybe down and in. Tough pitch to lay off with 2 strikes.
Lester at third, Rizzo at second, 1 down here in the second. The Cubs on top 3-0. Ball 3. First base is open with Jason Hayward waiting on deck for Chicago. Swing and a miss. Foul tipped into the catcher's mitt for strike 3. Second strikeout for Lauer. Second out of the second inning.
Okay, that's huge. Up and away. Chris Bryant. Not a good swing, and that's what you want. Looks like a little cut fastball. Up and off the plate for the big strikeout.
So 2 down, second and third brings up Jason Hayward. Fly down to right field, and Hunter Renfroe in the first inning. Time call, catcher requesting it, Austin Hedges. It's Padres in 45 games, 57 hits for Hayward, 341 batting average, and 5 home runs against San Diego. Nearly hit a home run last time up, but fouled it off. Take strike 1, just to the right of the pole down there. Had the distance, but didn't miss by much. Look at the breakdown for Lauer.
You know, I'm not a. I think the ball to strike ratio is kind of overrated at times because we've seen guys 50-50 and they twirl a gem.
Swing and a miss at it's 0-2.
I've seen guys that have had great ratios. I mean, 3 times strikes to balls and just get waffled. And because a strike is right down the middle of the plate, and you know what guys can do when the ball's right down the middle of the plate.
So there are good strikes, is what you're saying.
Correct.
And bad strikes. 0-2 pitch coming up. And a grounder up the middle. And it will find its way into center field. 2 runs will score, and the Cubs go on top 5-0. Not hit hard, but very well placed. Back up the middle by Hayward. He played Super, and it is 5-0 Chicago.
Wow, this ball off the bat, it's a high, looks like a high breaking ball. He gets jammed, and once again, sending it up the middle of the diamond. Almost one of those balls like at the miniature golf course, through the windmill by the clown's mouth and just out of the reach. Onto the green. Wow.
So 2 down, Hayward at first base, 2 runs in, and Javier Baez with a big swing and a miss. Did he get him again? Just missed him, I think. Very close on that backswing to getting Hedges again. I think he might have.
He's getting beat up. I mean, it's one thing with the foul tips and stuff.
Another to get bat.
Then you get a bat on your wrist or your elbow or your head. Uncle.
Going 2. Baez with a single to left center field. First time up, drove in a run. 72nd RBI of the year. One and 2. Strikes out Baez and ends the inning, but the Cubs tack on 2 more, lead it 5-0. Time now for the Kia drive to success. Most ERA since June the 1st. John Lester in the top 5. Chris Sale 1.50. Lester at 2.08. Minimum of 7 starts required to even be part of that conversation.
You know, that's what they call dealing, right, for a pitcher. But I would guess you ask all those pitchers on that list, hey, you think a little luck comes involved? I think every one of them would say absolutely.
No question.
And I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
But they're all really good pitchers on that list.
Right. But my point is that, you know, everybody has a little bad luck. And when you're on a roll like John Lester, I think he'd be the first to say, yeah, you know what? A little luck has gone my way. And there's nothing wrong with that. You need that in this game.
Christian Villanueva leading it off here in the 2nd inning. Jose Perella, Freddie Galvis anticipated. Padres have work to do. Cubs have scored 3 times in the 1st, twice in the 2nd. There's a liner to left field, and that's going to fall in for a hit in front of Ben Zobrist. Leadoff single for Villanueva to begin the 2nd inning.
Well, a lot of chipping away to do for the San Diego Padres here in the bottom of the 2nd. It's a breaking ball that speeds up the bat of Christians and dumps it right in front of Ben Zobrist. Tracked that ball perfectly, and there's no reason for Zobrist to try to make the circus catch. With the 5-0 lead.
Lead runner on, and it brings up Jose Perella. .258 for Perella on the year. 3 homers, 27 runs batted in. Last year, finished the year hitting at .288. It's started second base today. That's primarily where he has seen the majority of his time. Fouled off over into the Cubs dugout. They're housed on the 3rd base side of Petco Park.
Love it.
One to Jose Perella. It's outside. 2-1.
By the way, speaking of dugouts, did you hear they redid the dugouts at Wrigley?
I heard that.
Yeah.
A little more space.
Kind of anxious to see how they.
Wonder when they're going to do the visiting clubhouse.
That's next year.
Ever? They are going to do it.
That's next
year.
They're going to make it smaller. put more pressure on the visiting team.
Make it further away, too. This one has popped up right side of the infield. And not seeing it is Rizzo, I guess. I don't know if that was a.
I think it was planned.
That was a fake play.
Yeah.
Pretended he couldn't see it and then tried to turn the double play.
You know, he's looking at the runner as he gets down the line. I think he was banking on Perella not going down the line and see if he could turn two.
Yeah.
But that ball's going to check up on you as soon as it hits, and kind of difficult time finding the handle on that. But they get the lead runner. I think I'd rather have, if I'm the Cubs, I'd rather have Villanueva running the bases. He doesn't have the speed like Perella does, right? So you'd want to catch that ball off the bat of Perella and leave Villanueva on base.
I would think so.
Yeah.
But I think he was planning on the double play. That didn't happen. So 1 out, 1 on, and Freddie Galvis. Freddie coming in, hitting at .229 on the year. 4 homers, 32 runs batted in. This is game 99 of the year for the Padres, and Freddie has started all of them. Coming into the game, playing in 871 innings to lead the majors in that category. And that is ball 4, a 4-pitch walk to Galvis. So 2 on here for the Padres, 1 out, and Austin Hedges coming up. Second walk allowed by Lester in the first 2 innings of his outing. Austin Hedges sitting at 240. That's out of the 8 spot. Had last night off. A.J. Ellis got the nod behind the dish in last night's game.
I think Austin's going to get a fastball early to hit here. And of course, he throws the first pitch breaking ball.
For strike 1. Beach ball coming on the field. And left field line. Time call. Franmil Reyes has come out on deck. He would bat for Lauer. He's thrown 56 pitches through the first 2 innings. And looks like Strom still warming in the pen. Pitch coming up for Lester as Lauer looks on. Liner to left field. Zobrist coming in to make the catch into a slide. For out number 2. Hedges retired. And there are 2 outs here in the second inning.
Well, Ben Zobrist can play so many positions. We saw that when he was with Joe Madden in Tampa, and the same thing here in Chicago. A lot of gloves in that locker. Today it's the left fielder's glove. Hit right at him and goes down into the dive. You see that play many, many times, lowering the eye level for the fielders, and it's an easier catch. And the veteran makes it look easy.
So 2 down, 2 on, and it will be Franmil Reyes batting for the Padres starting pitcher. 222. 6 homers, 8 runs batted in. Snap throw to second, and look out. Out at second base is Perella.
Wow. That can't happen.
Picked off of second base. We'll see here if the Padres are going to challenge this.
Oh, he got him.
I think he got him.
Yes, he did. Yeah, you can't allow that to happen. That's
Yep. And no challenge from the Padres. Picked off was Perella of second base to end the inning. We played 2. Cubs have got a 5-0 lead.
Welcome back to Petco Park. Cubs over the Padres now 5-0. And on a military Sunday, we are honoring the Marine Corps, and no better person to have with us than a 30-year veteran of the Marine Corps. He served in 3 wars, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Master Gunnery Sergeant Leonard Maffioli. Leonard, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for your service to our country.
You're quite welcome, sir.
Okay, now before we get into your distinguished career, which has dozens of honors and medals, including a Purple Heart, we have to ask you about your first throw. Great job getting the pitch over there. How did the arm feel today?
My arm feels fine. It's too bad I couldn't get it to the pitcher's mound.
You got it there pretty close, and you had a great story. You wanted to get ready for that throw, but what was the challenge?
Well, I went down to a sporting goods store and I bought me the cheapest baseball I could, regulation, so I could practice a little. But I live in a retirement community, and no one in there could come out and catch for me. My wife is too old to catch. She wouldn't fetch.
So no one could handle your stuff, huh?
Couldn't handle my stuff.
All right. Hey, Master Gunny, you served in World War II, Korea, Vietnam, World War II. Well, first of all, you graduated from La Jolla High School. You're a local boy. What inspired you to join the Marines right out of high school as an 18-year-old?
I lived in Old Town and then Bay Park Village for many years. And when I was Old Town, we used to cross the tracks and the mud flats to the MCRD, the gate. The guard would let us in, and we'd wander around through the gate, whatever we wanted to do. The Marines were always letting the little kids. When I was 11 years old, I sold papers to the barracks personnel at MCRD.
So you were a part of the Marines way back even when you were a kid?
When I was a kid, yes, sir.
So you sign up, and at age 19, they send you off to the Pacific Theater. You're serving in Iwo Jima, some of the bloodiest battles, some of the toughest battles that you remember seeing?
Well, Iwo Jima was the worst. I landed on Saipan D-Day. I went over to Tinian, the next battle. But Iwo Jima was the worst I saw. I was in a motor transport battalion, and they had a Jeep that belonged to me. I was told when we left Hawaii, bring that Jeep on the shore wherever we go. We didn't know where we were going. And we got there, and we had a regiment of infantry that had to get off first. And I stayed behind because my Jeep was down in the cargo hold under everything else. Finally, after about 4 or 5 days, during which time the flag was up and everybody was cheering, I looked over and saw the second flag go up, and that's my claim to fame. I wasn't sure yet, but saw the second flag go up, and then finally they notified me that my Jeep was ready to go ashore. In that 4 or 5 days, I carried stretchers, I helped the doctors in the operating rooms. I did everything I could to help out. The worst thing and the most humble and memorable thing was I helped push 6 bodies off a fantail, and that had died overnight, sewed up in canvas and pushed over the side while the chaplain lifts the flag. And that was a terrible story.
It's unbelievable, some of the things that you experienced, and you had a chance to retire at that point. 5 years later, you re-enlist to be a part of the Korean War. You get captured. Tell us very quickly, if you can, about your escape from captivity.
Well, they had taken us, 19 of us, down further south for a working party, moving us from one. We walked over 800 miles while I was a prisoner 6 months. They took 19 of us down. They were going to set a new prisoner of war camp, and they were going to have us in charge of it. And all of a sudden, we ran into an artillery barrage. They had taken us too far south, and we were in just about no man's land, as the civilians call it. And we saw the guards run off. The artillery came in. It was 105 artillery, our own artillery. The guards came, ran off, and we realized all of a sudden we're looking around, we're alone.
That was your chance.
And that was a chance. We hid out all night, and the next day they came out that night looking for us, the guards, but some Korean civilians hid us out in caves that night. We didn't realize that we had crossed the 38th parallel. We were back down in South Korea and didn't know it.
Unbelievable story. And then if that wasn't enough, you re-enlisted to serve in Vietnam as well. An unbelievable career. Guys, you talk about America's greatest generation. This is what it's all about. If you want to thank somebody for your freedom today, he's sitting right next to me, Master Gunnery Sergeant Leonard Maffioli. Leonard, thank you so much for your time and for your service.
Thank you very much.
Guys, back over to you.
All right, thanks very much, Ken.
I could just say wow. I mean, really, God bless that man. Wow.
2-1 pitch is going to miss. Pretty good first pitch, too.
Yes, it was.
Couldn't find anybody to warm up with in his retirement community.
He wanted to, man.
3-1 pitch. Yeah, that's a strike. Snap, throw down to first, and out at first base is Contreras. So another base runner has been picked off a base. We saw Pirello last inning, and this inning as well. This time it's Contreras down at first. 5-0 Cubs. We get ready for the bottom of the third inning. It's time now for our Valley View Casino trivia question.
Love it.
Name the first Padres player to get a base hit in the All-Star game. Tweet us your answers by the end of the inning using hashtag Valley View Trivia.
Wow. Well, I know the first All-Star was 1969, Chris Cannizzaro.
You got a hit?
That I don't know.
And leading it off is Matt Strom. One inning of relief for Strom coming out of the pen, and now bats for the first time.
It was kind of odd last half inning when Franmil was at the plate. Perella gets picked, therefore no chance for Franmil to do any type of damage. He is burnt. New pitcher comes in, so now Matt Strom, he's probably going to give you innings anyway, but still Franmil did not get a chance to work his magic possibly with the shillelagh.
Franmil out of this game. Strom with a swing and a miss, strikes out. Lester gets him. Second strikeout of the day for Lester. One down. Top of the order, Manuel Margot coming up. Margot flied out to the warning track in left field in the first, 0 for 1. Last 7 games for Margot, 8 for his last 22. Margot now, Myers next. Lester looking for his 12th win of the year, coming in at 11-2 with a 2.45 earned run average. Margot went. They check, and indeed he did. Second time through the order now for Lester, who today makes his 19th start of the year. In the air to left field. Ben Zobrist out there today. Handles out number 2 of the third inning. Second time that Margot has flied out to the Cubs left fielder today. So 2 down, and that'll bring up Will Myers. Will struck out looking in the first inning. 0 for 1 today. Last 10 games at .351. 6 homers, 11 runs batted in for Myers. Has a home run in his career against Lester. The 19 starts so far for Lester. 10 have been on the road. His 18 previous starts, the Cubs as a team are 15-3 in games that he starts. But individually 11-2 coming in.
Yeah, that's getting support, taking deep into the game, and then turn over to the bullpen, which is a darn good bullpen for these Cubs to maintain and hold that lead. So he gets the double decision.
To left down the line, and it is a foul ball just to the left of the line.
Little cut fastball in, and Will just a little bit too quick to it.
Now he takes strike 3, and he is not happy at all.
He shouldn't be.
I think he rings him up, and Will is going to say his piece. Third strikeout for Lester. 5-0 Cubs. Well, it's on to the top of the fourth inning. The Cubs scoring 3 times in the first, twice in the second, have a 5-0 advantage. And David Bodie leading it off here in the fourth inning. Will take a breaking ball for a strike 1 from Matt Strong. Bodie hit by a pitch in the second inning, even 300 average. One home run on the year for Bodie. Foul back, and it's 0-2. Bodie starting the year at AAA. We saw him in spring training quite a bit. Padres taking on the Cubs a few games during the spring. Outfield play and bounce straight away. And the fastball up at 95.
He's a homegrown Cub from Colorado as you take a look at the defense against Bodie.
Almost hit him again.
Here's what I like to see, Don. 18th round selection in 2012. Started at the lowest classification in 2012 in Mesa, their rookie club. Spent a lot of time in A-ball.
Putting on a big league uniform these days.
And you know what? He probably knows it's for a limited time, but still. Even it's a couple days, week. You're a big leaguer.
Ball 4 and a leadoff walk for Bodie. Well, it's time now for the answer to our Valley View Casino trivia question. Name the first Padres player to get a base hit in an All-Star game. Dave Winfield.
That's what I was going to say, and I didn't.
It took till 1977.
Wow.
Didn't I say that earlier today?
Not really.
Yeah, before the game.
I don't think so. I don't remember hearing that.
I said Dave Winfield, and you said no.
Had to be earlier.
You don't remember that? Really?
No.
Really?
No. Doesn't that surprise you, though? Padres came into existence in '69.
Yeah.
And it took them 8 years before they got their first hit.
That's a long time. Considering there was a guy who went every year. And it could have been a pitcher. Yeah.
Right, true. Good point. I'll give you that.
Now John Lester batting for the second time today. Reached on a fielder's choice and scored a run in the second inning. Lester squaring and fouling it off. 1-1.
Very upset with himself. Hey, even with the 5-0 lead, you want to get that bunt down, get that guy into scoring position.
Lester has 5 hits on the year, 5 for 37 at the plate. A bunting situation and a pop-up. As Villanueva makes the catch coming in from third base. Gets Lester for the first out of the fourth inning. Able to get the bunt down. Remaining at first base is Bodie.
Barrel of the bat just didn't get on top of it enough, and crashing Villanueva. That's the best move right there. Don't throw that. Peralta was on the move. The runner was back to first base. Bodie would have been safe anyway. Chances are probably airmail that one down the right field line.
1 on, 1 out. Anthony Rizzo coming up. Rips this foul.
Wow. You think he was looking fastball right there?
He was locked in. On a strike to Anthony Rizzo. 1 on, 1 out. Cubs on top 5-0. Back to the bag is Bodie. Popped up foul off to the left. That'll get out of play. The Cubs will meet up with the Philadelphia Phillies to begin the second half of the season. They got a makeup game they got to play first, so they have a 5-game series coming against the Philadelphia Phillies to begin the second half. And of course, Phillies leading the NL East right now. So it'll be the best of the Central against the best of the East. 1-2 is fouled off. It's a piece of Hedges. One-two pitch coming up. Rizzo 2 for 2, singled in the first and scored, doubled in the second and scored. Chris Bryant waiting on deck as the Cubs bat. Grounder foul outside of first.
Well, he's up on the plate. He chokes up on the bat. He's got pop to the pull side. He can take the ball the opposite way. Talking about Anthony Rizzo and the way the outfield is positioned right now. They're playing him to go that way. Myers is over towards that left field line, and Manuel going center, shading the left center field gap.
Popped up foul off to the left out of play. Eighth pitch of the at bat coming up here for Anthony Rizzo. 30th pitch of relief for Strom.
We've seen these Cub hitters foul off a lot of pitches, haven't we?
Especially against Lauer. Runner goes, throw down to second, is going to get away. And heading for third base is Bodie. He'll get there without a problem. Stolen base and an E2. Potential run 90 feet away now.
Well, he went on the first move. The left-hander Matt Strom out there. That's the only way you're going to get to second base. And you take that gamble. Hey, if he goes to the plate, it works to your advantage. There's the short hop. And as soon as this ball trickles away, Bodie recognizes it and takes a free 90 feet.
Fly ball, left field. Myers gets himself set, will make the catch. Here comes Bodie, here comes the throw, and it's not in time. 6-0 Cubs, sac fly for Rizzo. So Rizzo drives in the run on the sacrifice fly to left field, got it deep enough. And the throw from Myers up the first base line.
And you know what? After this play, after this throw to home plate, you can really see the frustration in Austin Hedges as he catches this ball. He's upset with himself. The throwing error down to second base, allowing Bodie to get to third base and scoring that sac fly.
Chris Bryant hits a number right in front of the plate. Hedges jumps out there, fires to first and throws it to right field. Heading for second base is Chris Bryant. Throw there is thrown into foul ground, and Bryant will head for third. There is ugly, and then there is this.
Unbelievable.
So a chance here for a couple of errors on the same play. Already an error in this inning.
You can see Austin working underneath that one. And then the second throw from Renfroe. I mean, that's one of those where you just gotta eat it, sit on it.
Okay, so it's going to be a base hit, an E2, and then an E9. So 2 errors in the inning for Hedges, and now 1 for Renfroe.
Oy vey.
The 0-1 is swung on and missed. 0-2. Jason Hayward 1 for 2 today. Popped up. Galvis will take a few strides on the outfield grass to make the catch. That ends the inning. 6-0 Cubs. San Diego presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Petco, the pet company. By Jerome's Furniture, where Jerry's price is the lowest price every day. And by USAA, proudly serving the needs of the military community for over 90 years. The Marine recruits here at Petco Park on this Military Sunday.
We welcome them and the drill instructors from Kilo Company, 3rd Recruit Training Battalion, Recruit Training Regiment at MCRD.
John Lester ready to work here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Cubs had a run in the top half of this inning. And Hunter Renfroe leading it off. Eric Hosmer and Christian Villanueva. Renfroe walked in the 1st inning, one of 2 walks allowed today by John Lester. Strike 3 call. Renfroe knew it. Takes with him the 4th strikeout for Lester today. 1 down here in the 4th inning.
The MLB.TV All-Star Sale is here for $39.99. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live or on demand. Your subscription includes MLB At Bat Premium, allowing you to watch live baseball on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV to take advantage of this sale.
One down in the inning for Eric Hosmer. First pitch strike from Lester. Hosmer grounded into a fielder's choice in the 1st inning. Padres so far today with a 1 hit. Christian Villanueva with a single to left field. being out hit in the game 6-1 and trailing 6-0. Two and two. Hosmer with a 2-run home run last night in the first inning. Picking up his 10th home run of the year. 41 RBIs on the season. He bats now with Christian Villanueva waiting on deck. Two. That's fouled off down by the shoe tops. Tough inning for Austin Hedges. Charged with 2 errors. This one grounded foul over by the dugout. Two pitch coming to Hosmer. Reaches out, protects the plate, just gets a piece, stay alive.
Way out in front of that one.
Big pitch of the at bat coming up here for Eric.
That slider looks like from John Lester, and just staying alive there. Looks like that ball came up and got Eric Hosmer in the arm.
In the air, foul down the left field line, out of play. Swing and a miss. Hosmer strikes out. The pitch running away. 3 straight strikeouts for Lester, 5 in all, 2 down.
Well, with 2 strikes, Lester just expanded that strike zone, going out of the zone with the 90-mile-an-hour fastball.
Here's Christian Villanueva, who has the only Padres hit today. Single to left field, first time up. It's his second look at John Lester, and takes ball 1. Lester started the day 5th in the National League and 10th in the majors with his 2.45 ERA. Tied for 3rd in the National League with 11 wins. Trying to become the first Cubs pitcher with 12 wins prior to the All-Star break since Jake Arrieta in 2016. Fly ball, foul ground. It'll find its way to the seats. Beautiful day from Petco Park in San Diego. Chicago is scoring 3 times in the first, twice in the second, once in the 4th inning. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2.
Just goes to show you, we've seen it all year, that even Andy Green has said this, the manager of the Padres, that the Padres cannot afford to make any mistakes. You know, the errors, throwing the ball around, not good. 3 in 1 inning. Allowing any team to take advantage of that. It's tough to play catch up when you don't have the offense.
Mental error earlier from Perella being picked off second base.
Yeah, that's the one that's, you know, you're trailing already and then you get picked up at second base.
In the air, down the left field line towards the corner, and that ball is gone. A home run. Christian Villanueva, 2 for 2 today. Homers off Lester. And the Padres are on the board. It's now 6-1. 19th home run of the year for Villanueva. Let's take a look at our Arco top tier play.
So it looked like a cut fastball in to Christian Villanueva, and he gets out there quick enough to keep it fair. Off the facade of the lower basket.
Now Jose Perella will take ball 1.
You know, going into this game, John Lester, you know, pitching at Wrigley Field and having the year that he has been having, he's been pretty much keeping the ball in the yard. Prior to this game, 18 starts, only surrendering 12 home runs. That's pretty good.
Falls behind Perella here, 2-0.
And in that division as well, you got ballparks like Wrigley, Milwaukee, Cincinnati. Right, ball has a tendency to fly.
There's a strike, 2-1.
I think you could probably put one out of Wrigley Field if the wind was blowing just right.
I don't think so.
You just take that cutter in, get the hand through, and
line to center field and a base hit for Perella. Hayward gets it back in. Very wide turn for Perella, but a 2-out single. Back-to-back hits here for the Padres in the 4th inning. Time now for the tools of the trade, brought to you by Ram Trucks.
we'll talk about the front door being open for catches to throw down to first base. How about with the runner on second base? You don't see that too often. Second base gone, and then there's where the front door is open for Austin Hedges getting Contreras. After picking off a runner, Contreras gets picked off himself. Some of the tools of the trade for both catchers.
Lester falling behind 1-0 after the back-to-back hits, so he's going to get a visit now from Wilson Contreras. Fly ball to left center field. Jason Hayward in front of the warning track will make the catch that ends the inning. A home run of the inning for Christian Villanueva gets the Padres on the board. His 19th of the year. It's 6-1 Chicago at the end of 4 from Petco Park. 6-1, the Cubs have the lead over the Padres as we head to the top half of the 5th inning. Padres getting on the board on a home run by Christian Villanueva, and Matt Strahm back out on the hill for San Diego, his 3rd inning of relief. Javier Baez leading it off here for the Cubs. Fly ball struck pretty well out towards right center field. Renfroe going back at the wall to make the catch and then bang into it. Nice grab out there by Renfroe going to deep right center field, and coming up just a little bit short was Javier Baez.
That's a long run for Hunter Renfroe off the right-handed bat. That ball is going to be tailing into him, slicing into Hunter Renfroe as he's got a beat on it. There's the flash look. He's got the eye black working, and he secures the catch on the run and the little kiss up against the wall for out number 1. We've seen Baez go that way with regularity. Sorry, Donnie.
1 out in the 5th, and it brings up Addison Russell. Russell single to center in the 1st, flied out to right in the 3rd. Line and caught in the 3rd by Villanueva. Hot shot by Addison Russell, but he's out number 2. Let's check in with Bob Scanlon.
Thank you, Don. Along with Military Sunday, another special event going on, and the main interest of the ballpark here. It is the annual Favorite Things Basket fundraiser, where the Padres Family Association puts together favorite things from all the players, and they sell them for auction. All the proceeds, of course, go to Make-A-Wish Foundation, and this is really special. This is where all the wives and girlfriends get together. They get all the players' favorite things. They put them in a basket. So, for example, Craig Stammen has in his basket a chance to golf with him for a day. Eric Hosmer has a PS4. Brad Hand has autographed items like his shoes, his jersey, and including stuff from the 2017 All-Star Game. One of the biggest baskets over there isn't even a basket, it's a wagon put together by Travis Jankowski. So there's a lot of fun things out here. The auction goes on to the 6th inning, and it goes again to benefit the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So if you have a chance to come down and make a bid, you're going to help out some kids. It's a great event. Guys, back over to you.
All right, Scan, thanks very much. This one is popped up, foul ground. Hedges will make the catch. That ends the inning. A 6-pitch inning for Strahm. A 6-1 Cubs lead. Cubs have the lead over the Padres. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's time now for the Coors Banquet Timeless Moment. Padres rally for 2 runs in the top of the 9th inning to defeat the Mariners 3-2 in the debut of Safeco Field back July 15th of 1999.
I remember that. One of the rare cases where a ballpark is open in the middle of the season. Still, I don't know about you, Don, but I just absolutely love the Great Northwest. I love Seattle. I love Safeco Field. Love the fans. I'm a big fan.
I never got a chance to do a game in the Kingdom. I'd like to have done that.
Ah, the Kingdom.
Yes, I know you played there.
Thank you for bringing back memories. You know what? Contrary to what other pitchers have said about pitching in the Kingdom, I actually liked pitching in the Kingdom. There was just something about it. Home plate looked like it was right on top of you because the stands behind home plate were very close.
Right.
And they were elevated.
Ball flying there? Or
Sure.
never? Yeah.
Yeah. But once again, I just had a feeling, a comfortable feeling on that hill working at that venue.
Could be the team you were pitching for, too. They're pretty good, right?
No, we were horrible.
Oh, you were bad?
92.
Oh, I thought you were on
Yeah,
good
and I
Mariners
was,
teams.
no, and I was one of the reasons why.
Oh.
Yeah,
sorry.
we were pretty bad. Yeah.
2-2 pitch coming up. Hedges strikes out. 6 strikeouts for Lester. So you were bad with the Mariners? I didn't know that. I thought you were good with the Mariners.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I'm sorry I brought it up.
We kind of struggled with pitching. We had Randy Johnson, Eric Hansen.
You were a pitcher.
Yeah, Dave Fleming, the left-hander. Not Dave Fleming that announces for the Giants, who we love dearly. You know what's unbelievable? When you look at that Mariner team, our infield consisted of Tino Martinez at first, Fresh Harry at second, Harold Reynolds, Omar Vizquel at short, Mike Blowers at third.
Why weren't you good?
We had Buhner in right,
Wow.
Junior in center,
What's going on?
Kevin Mitchell in left.
All about bad pitching.
Yeah.
Right field, and Bryant wanders in for out number 2. I thought you were, I mean, you mentioned the players to me before that were on that team, and I figured, I just assumed you were good because of the guys you just mentioned.
It was a down year.
You won the division that year, remember?
American League West in 1992. It might have been like, I want to say maybe Oakland. And I'm just taking a stab at it.
2 down for Manuel Margot, who has flied out twice to left fielder Ben Zobrist today. Fouls it off to the right, out of play. 1-1. A.J. Ellis flying out to right field as a pinch hitter. 2 down in the inning, and Margot now bats, so the base is empty. Tries to bunt his way on down the third baseline, and that's going to roll foul. Trying to bunt his way on. Bodie was backed up at third base, thought he would take advantage of it. As the Padres need base runners here. 2 down in the 5th. Beautiful day to be out there today. Padres and Cubs, game 3 of a 3-game series. Last game before the All-Star break. And the Cubs enjoying a 6-1 advantage, trying to sweep the Padres in this 3-game series. Line to right center field, a base hit for Margot. Hayward cuts it off, but Margot on with 2 down here in the 5th inning.
Like to see Manny swinging the bat after flying out to left field 2 times. Stays on this pitch nicely and goes the opposite way over the head of Baez.
Two down, Margot at first base, and it brings up Will Myers, who And struck out twice. Didn't like either one of them.
Got to try to get in the slam range.
Strike one to Myers. Myers was called out on strikes in the first. Didn't like that. And then was called out on strikes in the third. And like that even less. 1 for 10 in the series is Myers. And a grounder down the third baseline that is going to stay fair. Throw to first is in time. Nice play from David Bodie, the third baseman, racing down the line. Myers retired. And we'll see here if the Padres are going to challenge this. It was pretty close at first. They are not going to challenge. So 5-3 on the put out. Myers is gone. So are the Padres. 6-1 Chicago. Top of the Harris game summary, and John Lester so far outstanding today, giving up just the 1 run. Has struck out 6 through the first 5. Base hit up the middle for Jason Hayward. Makes the 5th Cubs run of the day. They scored 3 times in the first, twice in the second. Padres get their only run of the day on a home run by Christian Villanueva to left field, his 19th of the year. And the Cubs enjoy a 6-1 lead as we head here to the top of the 6th inning. New pitcher Adam Simber into the game now for San Diego.
Well, try to hold the Cubs at 6, trailing by 5 is 42nd game for Adam. And the one thing that pops out are the few amount of walks, only 9 in 47 plus innings, and more strikeouts than innings pitched.
Shallow right, and it'll drop in for a base hit. Contreras with a leadoff single to begin things here in the 6th inning.
Hey, that was a nice play by Bodie to
very nice
in
play.
The last half, wasn't it?
There's a line drive by the dive of Villanueva. Third baseman into the left field corner. Contreras stops at third on the double by David Bodie. He's having quite a day today. Nice defensive play, and now a double, and it's second and third with nobody out.
Simber from way down under, and this is a flat breaking ball that's right over the heart of the plate. And we mentioned that Adam Simber doesn't throw that hard, so Bodie's got a good look at it. A career .262 hitter for Bodie. First time in the big leagues this year, and having a good day, offensively and defensively.
Infield in here, all the way around now. Runners at second and third, nobody out. And Lester takes strike one. Got it into a fielder's choice, scored a run, and popped out to third base. Lester down 0-2. Strom went 3 innings, giving up 1 hit, 1 run. Walked 1, didn't strike anybody out, but logged some innings, got some outs, and kind of quieted the Cubs' attack. Eric Lauer, the starter today in 2 innings, charged with 5 runs.
You know, I know I don't have a crystal ball, and I don't think you have one either, but when you look ahead, like to 2019, Matt Strom going into spring training, he's got to be vying for one of those spots in the rotation, don't you think?
I would think so. This one to third. Villanueva looks the runner back and then fires to first base to get Lester. So 5-3 on the put out there. 1 down.
Catch baseball's biggest stars for an unforgettable show from the nation's capital, the MLB All-Star Game, Tuesday at 4:30 p.m. Pacific, only on Fox, or stream it live on the Fox Sports app. Love the All-Star Game.
1 down, second and third, and an intentional walk here where Anthony Rizzo of the no-throw kind loads the bases now for the Cubs. Has walked, struck out, and reached on an infield hit. And a swing and a miss for strike 1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Simber coming in, giving up a leadoff single by Contreras, doubled by Bodie. It's Lester to ground out to third. The intentional walk of Rizzo loads the bases. Fouled off and staying alive. There's Chris Bryant coming in with a .280 average today. And he's hit by the pitch. Wow. That'll score a run. From third comes Contreras on the hit batter. Cubs get their 7th run of the day. It's 7-1 Chicago.
You know, remember back in the day, remember the Morton Salt ads? What was their tagline?
I don't recall.
When it rains, it pours?
Yes.
And that's the feeling I'm getting this afternoon. It's not a good one. It's just.
Bryant is hurting down there, and they're taking a little extra time for him.
He got it on the left calf, it looked like.
Mason Hayward has fly to right, single to center, and popped out to short. 1 for 3 today. Down the left field line, headed towards foul ground, and a foul ball. December's first inning of relief. Sure, they're hoping he can go a few here. Strom went 3. Padres starter today. Lauer only going 2. Inside for ball 2. Fouled off, and it gets a piece of the home plate umpire. Not sure. 2-2. Hayward now. Baez next. 1 out in the inning. Bases loaded here for the Cubs. They have already scored a run in the inning. Foul off to the left, out of play. Seven runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Cubs. 1 run, 4 hits, 3 errors for the Padres. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. Needed that. That is out number 2 here of the 6th inning. Simber strikes out Hayward, 2 down.
Looks like he went down and away with the looks like a breaking ball that kind of backs up a little bit. Maybe a 2-seamer. That hack right there, good outcome for Adam Simber.
Bases loaded, 2 down for Javier Baez. 5 RBI night last night, has 4 grand slams in his career. Take strike 1. A 2-run double, a 3-run home run in last night's game. Today 1 for 3 with an RBI single, part of that 3-run attack in the first inning for the Padres. A 1 pitch coming. Baez down 0-2, and down to that one knee he goes. Seen that a few times. Fouled off, stays alive. That one fouled off of Hedges. Brody at third, Rizzo at second, Bryan at first. 2 down in the 6th inning. Run in here for the Cubs, on top 7-1. Outside.
Oh, wow. Not that it matters. That ball played big time. And of course, because he's way over in the slot, you can't see that pitch.
Fouled off, stays alive. Simbers had to throw 22 pitches so far in the inning, dealing with his 7th member of the Cubs here in the inning. 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Simber strikes out Baez to end the inning. Cubs get a run, take a 7-1 lead to the bottom of the 6th. Time now for T-Mobile's Hats Off for Heroes. Ernie Banks served as private first class in the U.S. Army from 1951 through 1953. Went on to play 19 years in the big leagues with the Cubs. 274 average, 512 home runs, over 1,600 RBIs, 11-time All-Star, and inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1977.
My favorite player growing up as a kid, and let's play 2. And another little nugget about Mr. Cub, God rest his soul, never played a game in the postseason. And that's a shame, isn't it? Played on a lot of bad Cub teams.
Renfroe leading it off here in the 6th inning.
Came up as a shortstop, moved over to first base with the Cubs.
Grounded foul to the end of the Cubs dugout. Were the Cubs your favorite team as a kid?
Absolutely. It's the only thing we had on in our house.
Never White Sox, huh?
Couldn't get the station.
Oh, really?
My mom and dad, we didn't have cable TV in our house till, I still don't think we have cable TV in our house. We got the major 3 networks and WGN.
0-2 pitch going to miss, and it's 1-2.
And when you have the rabbit ears, we couldn't get the White Sox because they were on like WFLD or something like that.
Renfroe now, Hosmer next. Padres batting here in the 6th. Swing and a miss, and Renfroe strikes out. Second time he has struck out today against Leicester. 7 strikeouts for Leicester on the afternoon.
That's the breaking ball, and John Lester with the 6-run lead, pitching as if it's 1-1 in the 6th inning. He is not going to give in. He's going to stick to his game plan, working both sides of the plate and flipping up the breaking ball.
One down here in the 6th, and it brings up Hosmer. 0 for 2. He's grounded into a fielder's choice and struck out swinging.
Do you have cable TV in your house?
No. I had the major networks.
Yeah, the ABC,
Yeah.
NBC, CBS.
And a PBS station also. So one fouled off. But none of them had baseball on, so I had to listen to baseball on the radio. That's where my love, I think, of the game came from, was on the radio.
Nothing like great baseball on radio, though,
Yeah.
isn't it? A great play-by-play guy to tell you what's going on. Love it.
0-2 pitch. And that's going to miss. 1-2. Thought it was the coolest job in the world to be play-by-play guy. Get to go to all the games.
And your dream came true.
Everybody's your friend. You know, you seem like, you know. So, yeah, pretty cool.
Yep. You know what I thought was cool after growing up and hearing those voices and seeing those faces on TV and radio, actually getting to meet those people.
Yep.
That was cool.
Yeah. 2-2 pitch is lined into center field. Hosmer with a 1-out single. Christian Villanueva coming up. He homered his last time up. StatCast powered by AWS. The lower basket out there, the facade of 19th home run of the year for Villanueva.
Kind of a low launch angle right there, 28 degrees off the bat of Villanueva. It'd be nice to end the day with 20, wouldn't it?
Indeed. Also has a single today, so 2 for 2. Three pitches on the day for John Lester. No action in the Cubs pen. Ball's behind Villanueva, 3-0. Lester has walked 2. 1 in the first, 1 in the second. There's a breakdown of his day. Pitch 95 coming up. And it's ball 4, 4-pitch walk. So 2 on here for the Padres with 1 down in the 6th inning. Comes Jim Hickey, the pitching coach.
Well, we have a moment. This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres. What you doing for the break there, Cha-Cha?
Going away.
Really?
Yeah, you
Going
too,
away?
right? Yeah.
Yeah. Getting out of Dodge for a little
Getting
bit.
out of Dodge for a few. You and I are on vacation at the same time too to begin the second half.
Gonna miss you.
Maybe we'll text or something.
You know what's
Or
interesting?
not.
You know what's interesting about that exchange? How you did not come back and say, you know what, I'm going to miss you too.
Well, I didn't say that.
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
Pitch is in there for a strike.
And you kind of hesitated.
It's a, what is it? A kind of a 10-day break for us. There is action. Norwood, who pitched in last night's game, up in the pen. You notice how I said a break?
Yeah.
Kind of a little space.
Kind of a little Donnie time.
Yeah. What did I call it earlier this year? A mud-free zone. Yes. A mud-free zone. But before you know it, you'll be back.
Yep.
Pitch coming up to Jose Perella. 1 for 2 in the game.
Hey, pop one here, 7-4.
Then you're back within slam range.
Yeah. Got 11 outs to work with.
Line to center field, a base hit for Perella. Hosmer will stop at third as Hayward sends it in on the fly. And the bases are now loaded with 1 down to the inning. Perella's second hit of the day. Freddie Galvis coming up. Next pitch will be the 100th of this game for John Lester.
Padre hitters, the ball in play, the 2 off of Hosmer's bat. Perella going up the center of the diamond. Doing a good job of using the big part of the field and not trying to pull the baseball. See if everyday Freddie can do some damage here.
In the air, down the left field line, out ahead. Hosmer at third, Villanueva at second, Perella at first, 1 down.
I hit him, huh?
Galvis gets hit, and a run will score, and Freddie's in some pain. RBI for Galvis, painfully so. Second run picked up for the Padres.
Just got on the right elbow, the throwing elbow on the bottom of Freddie Galvis.
That's going to do it for John Lester. Here comes Joe Madden. Lester giving up a run here in the 6th inning, his second of the day. As he ends up going 5 1/3, and that is the day for John Lester. Pitching change with the Cubs on top, 7-2. Two Cubs on top here with 1 away. Bases reloaded for the Padres, and the pitcher is James Norwood.
Pitched a third of an inning last night in the 11-6 victory for the Cubs, and James made his major league debut in San Francisco. Struck out the first batter he faced. And he gave up that opposite field hit to Buster Posey as the Giants walked it off. So only his third game for the young right-hander.
Bases filled with Padres, and Austin Hedges coming up. Hedges lined out to left in the second, struck out swinging in the fifth inning. 3-4-7 in the series. Popped up foul, backing out of play. Carlos Suaje has come out on deck here. With bat in the pitcher's spot for Adam Simber. One out in the inning, bases loaded. John Lester responsible for the men on with 5 1/3, allowing 6 hits so far, 2 runs. Walked 3, struck out 7. And hit a batter. Strike 2. Lester ends up throwing 101 pitches in his 19th start of the year, and the pitcher of record right now. In search of his 12th win with only 2 losses.
And once again, getting a lot of support, and with the Cubs bullpen the way it is.
Popped up. Down from third comes Bodie. Into foul ground to make the catch. So 2 away. Will be a Suaje coming up to pinch it. Started the first 2 games of the series, coming off the bench today. Hitting a .231, 2 homers and 16 runs batted in. (2-0). Over at 97 miles an hour.
I was just going to say, these Padre hitters are going to have to turn up the dial after facing Lester, but in the case of Carlos Suaje off the bench, that's tough for any pinch hitter when you're facing a guy with an arm like that. Then you mix in a breaking ball. It's got to be short and quick to the baseball. Hit it where it is pitched.
Inside out swing and a foul fly will end up in the seats. Lester responsible for the men on. 2-1. Outside for ball 3. Suaje, the 7th member of the Padres to bat here in the 6th inning. Full count. Back to the gas there at 97.
Yeah, he got challenged. 3-1. Bases loaded. Up by 5. Challenge him with the heater. Probably getting another one right here.
Fouled off. He did. Fastball again. 98 this time. Hardest one he has thrown since coming in.
And you know, the thing here is with the count full and 2 outs, those runners are going to get a big running lead. So extra base hit, Freddie Galvis on first base possibly can score. I mean, as Norwood was into his leg kick and throwing that ball towards home plate, Freddie was way past halfway to second base. Maybe Contreras is going out there and saying, hey, make sure you stop those runners. Look at those runners before you start going to the plate. Make them hold their ground.
Bases loaded, full count. And Aswahe takes ball 4. Another run coming in. A walk for Aswahe will pick up an RBI. 7-3 now, Cubs on top. Run charge to Lester, still responsible for runners at second and third.
You know, Don, that's a really good plate appearance by Carlos, and I say that because with the bases loaded, a hitter, you know, they want to drive in multiple runs and maybe get a little froggy up there, but that was very patient plate appearance for Carlos to pass it along.
Strike one to Manuel Margot. Singled his last time up against John Lester. 1 for 3 day today. Bounces in, blocked by Contreras.
It's a nice block, perfectly executed.
Tying run at the plate here for the Padres. 7-3, bases loaded, and Margot waiting on a 1-1 pitch from James Norwood. Block kicked up the line by Contreras. No advance. For the base runners, Perella staying at third base.
It looks like a split finger fastball, second time in the dirt. No chance of trying to score on that one. I would think that Norwood would miss a lot with his pitches to the right, but he's been going to the left quite a bit, missing.
High for ball 3.
It's a perfect opportunity for Manuel to take a pitch where it's pitched and hit it hard. Opposite way, don't try to pull it. Split a gap.
Swing and a miss.
It looked like he tried to pull 97 there, didn't it?
Had that look.
Yep.
Everybody on the move here. Full count, 2 down. And Margot hits a fly ball to right field. Playable for Chris Bryant, who will make the catch that ends the 6th inning. Padres do get 2 runs back. It's 7-3 Chicago. To the 7th we go. Padres baseball brought to you by Sequan Casino, opening in 2019 is Sequan's brand new 300-room resort and hotel. And by USAA, official military appreciation partner of the San Diego Padres. Military Sunday from Petco Park in San Diego moves along to the 7th inning, and it'll be Addison Russell leads it off, gets a new Padres pitcher, Craig Stammen, into the game. 42nd appearance for Stammen of the year, 3.05 earned run average. Lefties hitting at 260, right-handers at 247. Comes the fourth pitcher used today. First pitch in there for a strike to Addison Russell. Russell has singled, fly to right, and lined out to third. Single drove in a run back in the first inning.
Well, if there was ever a time the Padres had an opportunity, it was last half inning. Now Craig Stammen has to hold the Cubs to 7, and some changes.
Villanueva moving to shortstop. Suaje takes over at third base. And Galvis comes out of the game. So I wonder that elbow hurting him after being struck by a pitch.
Might be. It was his throwing elbow, right?
Yes. Two. And a swing and a miss. Russell strikes out. Stammen gets first Cub that he faces today. One down.
With that two-seam fastball, the lane changer. Starts it off the plate a little bit and catches the outside corner. Swing and miss for the strikeout.
One down in the 7th inning brings up Ben Zobrist. 0-for-3, has grounded out twice and popped out to the catcher. Lines it through the right side into right field, a base hit. Renfroe over to play it, and Zobrist aboard with a 1-out single.
He's just a solid player, isn't he? I mean, you saw him a lot.
Very good player, a guy who not only is good offensively, but the fact that he can play so many different positions. Really one of the first guys to do that, be that versatile, when he was in Tampa Bay with Joe Madden.
Yeah, and you know what? He was one of those guys back in the day to where you could count on 20 home runs a year.
Yeah. 1 out, 1 on, and it brings up Wilson Contreras. Through the left side into left field, a base hit. Zobrist takes second. The Cubs have runners at first and second with 1 down. And a 2-hit day today for Contreras, a 2-hit day today for Anthony Rizzo.
They're really throwing some top hand on that one. Well, the pitch that is up and in, it's a two-seamer. And catching it out in front, not letting that ball get in on the fists. Punching it through a 5.5 hole. That's the thing about this Cub team, you know, single here, single there, and then bang, you got to prevent from hitting the extra base hit.
Now Cubs today 3 for 11 with runners in scoring position. And 2 on here, 1 away for David Bodie. Bodie hit by a pitch in the 2nd, walked and scored in the 4th. Double to left in the 6th inning. Blocked by Hedges. No advance for the base runners. Kyle Schwarber has come out on deck here to bat in the pitcher's spot for the Cubs. Swing and a miss, 1-2. 93 on the fastball from Stammen. There is Schwarber waiting on deck. Outfield pretty much straight away here on Bodie. And a swing and a miss. Stammen collects his second strikeout of the inning. 2 down here in the 7th inning.
Stammen continuing to pound that two-seam fastball into Bodie. I don't know how far inside this pitch is, and he offers at it, not even close. You either get the swing and the miss, or you get that ground ball to the left side.
2 on, 2 down. And here is Kyle Schwarber. So pinch hitting in the pitcher spot for James Norwood. Schwarber at .250, 18 homers, 41 runs batted in. Norwood ends up going 2/3 of an inning. We have no hits and no runs. Allowed an inherited runner to score. Walked one and did not strike anybody out. Schwarber ahead in the count, 1-0. Shift on Schwarber in the infield. Right side here for the Padres. Time called. Hedges going to go out there and talk to Stammen. They've been going back and forth. One and one.
Well, Brad Hand, not only the representative for the Padres in Washington, D.C. at the All-Star game, congratulations to Paulie Navarro. He will be the National League assistant trainer for the National League team. Safe travels to Paulie, well deserved. He's a good egg right there. That's awesome.
Outside for ball 2. Been a great trainer here for a long time.
Yeah. First guy's here, last guy's to leave.
That's quite an honor.
It sure is. Happy for him.
Good
He
for
deserves
Paulie.
it. Yep. Paulie bad. Wetting the whistle.
2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Schwarber had a 2-run home run last night, his 18th of the year, and 2 for 4. Got the start in left field last night's game. Coming off the bench to pinch hit here in the 7th inning. 2 on, 2 down. Cubs have a 7-3 lead. Full count now. So runners on can get a start here with 2 away. Weird inning for Stammen. He's got 2 strikeouts, but he's given up 2 base hits. Payoff pitch and a swing and a miss. He strikes out Schwarber to end the inning. Ends up striking out the side, as it turns out. A 7-3 Cubs lead at 7th inning stretch on this Military Sunday from Petco Park in San Diego. We'll keep it right here for the singing of God Bless America.
It's time for the 7th inning stretch Before we sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game here on Military Sunday, please stand and welcome back Sergeant Rocio Sanchez. Please sing along as she presents God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home.
To the bottom of the 7th inning. It's time now for the San Diego fans of the game enjoying Padres baseball today on a beautiful day on this Military Sunday from Petco Park. We'll play along to the bottom of the 7th inning, and Pedro Strop comes into the game here for the Cubs.
Pedro Strop came in the game on Friday in the 9th inning. He struck out the side. His 40th game. Nice record at 4-1. One of the arms out of that bullpen. That makes the Cubs one of the best bullpens in baseball in the National League. Second in the National League with a 3.03 ERA.
Will Myers leading it off here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Myers has struck out twice and grounded out. Fouled off to the right out of play, and it's 2-2. Myers, Renfroe, and Hosmer scheduled to bat in the bottom of the 7th inning. John Lester, the pitcher of record today for the Cubs, 5 1/3, 6 hits, 3 runs. Walked 3, struck out 7 through 101 pitches. James Norwood came on, got the final 2 outs of the 6th. Didn't allow an inherited runner to score. Walk to batter now. Pedro Strop. Chop left side, and the third baseman Bodie cuts it off and throws to first. Almost a collision between Bodie and Russell. Shortstop coming in. Bodie cut it off. Got the job done, but almost a collision. 5-3 on the putout.
Well, it is a results-based business as Bodie to his left. Wow.
Renfroe with a swing and a miss. Renfroe has walked and struck out twice. Once looking, once swinging. Outfield pretty deep. And straight away on Renfroe. The outfield. Zobrist in left, Hayward in center, Bryan in right.
Yeah, pretty much anything over their heads is going to be a home run. Easier to come in on the ball, I would say, than going back on one, correct?
For some guys. Other guys that can do it.
Are you an outfield coach now?
Yeah. I do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Fly ball center field, struck pretty well. Hayward going back at the wall. It's gone. Home run for Hunter Renfroe, his 7th of the year. And it's now 7-4 Cubs.
Where are you positioning your guys on that one, Coach?
Clears them all.
Well, one reason why that is such a nice result from Hunter Renfroe. He's driving the ball exactly where it came from. That's a breaky ball. He stays on it long enough to just take it to El Centro. Great extension, and he knew it as soon as that ball was hit. That's a pretty swing.
Only 3-run game now. 1 down in the 7th inning, and Eric Hosmer. Hosmer has grounded into a fielder's choice, struck out, and singled. Here comes Jim Hickey, the pitching coach.
Might be a mechanical thing, might be just a mental thing. But that last pitch, that did not seem like the stroke breaking ball that I've seen out of this kid's hand. I mean, it's a power sinker, but that one just kind of rolled up there. Ooh, quick pitching. See that?
Yeah. And a swing and a miss, 2-2. Hosmer now being the wave next. Padres batting here in the 7th, and a liner into right field. A base hit for Hosmer. Ryan over to play it. Hosmer aboard with 1 out in the 7th. Just out of the reach of Javier Baez at second base.
He quick pitched him again, and that looks like a slider right into the heart of the plate, speeding up Hosmer's bat, and just out of the reach of Baez. Padres doing everything they can to get that tying run up to the plate.
Well, now 1 on, a run in, and Villanueva started the game at third base, has since shifted to shortstop.
Ooh, Pedro Strop chirping.
At the home plate umpire?
Yeah.
Or?
I mean, it looked like a pretty good pitch, and I guess he just wanted to know where that one was and where it missed.
On the ground towards second base. Baez, a bobble. They get the out at second and fired at first for the out there.
Really?
Turns into a double play. And the home plate umpire is going to walk right over to Strop, as you mentioned, and these two are going to talk it out. Ends up being a 4-6-3 double play that ends the inning. See if the Padres are going to challenge here this play at first base. Doesn't look like they are. 7-4 Cubs.
Kershaw and the Dodgers in action against the Angels. Jeffrey Marte would hit this 3-run home run. It would tie the game early on, but since Kike Hernandez has homered, so the Dodgers now have the lead. And Mark and I are working on Padres Live, the post-game show, which is brought to you by Cox Communications. We'll see you after the final out. We'll get you set for the All-Star break and hear from Brad Hand, gents.
All right, thanks very much, guys, as we move along here to the 8th inning. And Craig Stammen back out on the mound for the Padres. Top of the Cubs order, leading it off, and Anthony Rizzo. And shift on Rizzo on the right side of the Padres infield. He's been on base 3 times today. Single, double. He's intentionally walked last time up. Also a sacrifice fly today. And a big crowd on hand today, 37,672. 37,672 for the finale of this 3-game series and the last game before the All-Star break. In the air to right field, down the line towards the pole, and that ball is going to be foul. To the right of the pole, right down the line. Rizzo still looking at it.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, Anthony Rizzo likes to stand right on top of home plate. So when pitchers try to pound him inside, it's really tough to keep fair. He chokes up on the good bat control and just foul.
They're going to challenge this. Joe Madden.
Do they think the ball changed direction?
Fair. No, now he's not. Ooh, he had the headphone sign going there, and then they changed their mind. So he must have gotten a bad message there to begin, because he wanted to challenge it.
I thought it was definitely foul.
2-2 pitch. The other way down the left field line. Myers on the run. Ball will fall foul into the seats. Swing and a miss, and Rizzo strikes out for the first out of the 8th inning. It's a 4th strikeout for Craig Stammen since coming in. Let's revisit our keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Well, with the way that John Lester was throwing the baseball and Eric Lauer, I went pitching. John Lester, less of Lester. Well, he is the pitcher of record on his way possibly to win number 12 on the year. And not so good for Eric Lauer after 8 2/3 against the Dodgers. Only 2 innings pitched by Eric this afternoon, giving up 5 runs on 5 hits.
Chris Bryant batting with 1 down here in the 8th inning. Bryant has walked, struck out, reached on an infield hit, and been hit by a pitch on 3 times today. And getting the start at right field today for the Cubs. 1-2. Eric Lauer started today, 2 innings, giving up 5 runs. Matt Strom, 3 innings, a run. Adam Simber, an inning, a run. Bryant strikes out, 5 strikeouts for Stammen, 2 down here in the 8th inning.
Craig is locked in. He's got the feel for that 2-seamer, bringing it back, the lane changer, as you like to call it, Donnie. And Bryant swings right over the top of it.
Two down for Jason Hayward. Hayward singled back in the 2nd inning, a 1-for-4 day today for the Cubs center fielder. Hayward had started in right field earlier in the series, but today in center. Seven runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Cubs. 4 runs, 8 hits, 3 errors for the Padres. Two and two. Stammen struck out 3 in the 7th, has struck out 2 so far here in the 8th. And it's even here at 2 and 2. On the ground, foul. Wilson up in the pen right now. Justin Wilson, a left-hander. Two-two pitch. Hayward chops it down the first base line. Perella to first in time. Nicely done, underhanded in time to get Hayward. And to end the top of the 8th inning, 7-4 Chicago. Petco Park in San Diego. Jose Pirela going to be leading it off against a new Cubs pitcher, fourth of the day, Justin Wilson.
We saw Justin Wilson on Friday night, a third of an inning. He was well rested. He only gave up one hit, and he struck out a Padre. 42nd game for the left-hander, high on the walks. Another inning where the Padres have to be patient, possibly pass it on to the next guy, get multiple base runners, try to do something here in their bottom half of the eighth.
Well, Pirela leading it off. Rafi Lopez has come out on deck. He would bat second. 2 for 6 in the series is Pirela. 2 for 3 today. Wilson taking over Pedro Strop, who went an inning, giving up 2 hits, 1 run. The home run by Hunter Renfroe. Didn't walk anybody, nor did he strike anybody out. Pitcher of record, John Lester, 5 1/3, 3 runs. 1-0. 2-0. There's Rafi Lopez on deck for the Padres. And Austin Hedges expected in the inning. That's strike 1. Justin Wilson has pitched for the Pirates, the Yankees, Tigers, and now the Cubs. Pirela fouls it off to the right, out of play. So a full count to the leadoff hitter, Jose Pirela. Last of the 8th inning. Down the right field line, foul. Home runs today for the Padres. Solo shot for Christian Villanueva back in the 4th inning. Solo shot for Hunter Renfroe in the 7th inning. Popped up into shallow right. Chris Bryant coming in. Makes the catch for out number 1 of the 8th inning. So 1 down, and that'll bring up Rafi Lopez to pinch hit. .178, 3 homers and 13 runs batted in for Lopez. Just returned from AAA El Paso. Called Thursday from El Paso. He'd been optioned out on June the 24th. And Hedges came off the DL.
Whoa. Joe Madden is on the top step of the Cubs dugout, giving him an earful.
Not happy with the strike zone, apparently. Three and 0.
How does he get that much leash without getting tossed?
Guess he hasn't said anything that is over the line. Just keeps saying, let's go. That is in there for a strike, and it's 3 and 1. It's not always what you say.
Isn't he arguing balls and strikes?
Yeah, as long as you don't go out there, though, you can do it from the dugout.
Guess it depends on the umpire, too, right?
That's true. That's ball 4, and down to first base goes Lopez. So a 1-out walk. So 1-out 1 on, and brings up Austin Hedges. 0 for 3. He's lined out to left, struck out, fouled out. Flied out to begin the inning. Lopez walks. Hedges takes strike 1, 1-1. Anthony Rizzo holding on. Lopez at first base. Sort of. 2-1. This will get away, and up to second base goes Lopez. Wild pitch charge to Justin Wilson.
Well, getting kind of interesting here as the count now 3-1, and Wilson spikes this breaking ball, almost gets Austin in the back foot. Lopez moves up into scoring position. That's a WP in your scorebook.
Swing and a miss, and it's a full count now. Suahe waiting on deck. Padres batting here in the 8th. Payoff pitch. And Hedges strikes out. 2 down in the 8th inning. Second time Hedges has struck out today.
95 off the plate, and you know, Wilson not really having the pinpoint control. He wanted that one in. Contreras wanted that one inside, and Wilson puts it outside. Swing and a miss.
Two down. Lopez at second, and Suahe takes strike 1.
Let's not forget the great job that Craig Stammen did when he was out there. 5 strikeouts, the most since he fanned 7 3 1/3 innings on May 19th last year at Arizona.
Oh, 2.
And the 3rd time in his career in which he's fanned 5 or more in just 2 innings of work. The last time that happened, April 20th, back in 2013 at New York.
One ball, 2 strikes here, 2 down in the inning. Lopez at second. Wilson trying to work through the 8th. Suaje fouls it straight back. 1-2.
We've got a battery of Wilson Contreras.
One-two pitch. And foul back again. Suaje hanging tough. Kirby Yates up for the Padres. Lopez at second base, 2 down in the 8th inning. 24th pitch of the inning coming up here for Justin Wilson. And he strikes out of Suaje. Back-to-back Ks for Wilson. We head to the 9th inning. Cubs have a 7-4 lead. Game. Christian Villanueva with a home run, 1 of 2 for the Padres.
Yeah, the reason I feel this should be the play of the game is because as we go into the All-Star break, Christian just added to his Padre rookie record of home runs and RBIs totals prior to the All-Star break. 19 homers. The unofficial first half of the season, he has done quite well.
Kirby Yates coming into the game here with the Cubs on top 7-4. Yates becomes the 5th pitcher used by the Padres.
After Craig Stammen, Kirby Yates is having one heck of a year as well. All-star worthy. That's been the subject of a lot of conversation throughout baseball. More strikeouts than innings pitched and a stellar ERA of 1.47 for the right-hander.
Craig Stammen, 2 innings, 2 hits, no runs, didn't walk anybody, and he struck out 5. It's Javier Baez who leads it off here for the Cubs in the 9th inning. On the ground left side, coming in Villanueva. Throws out Baez for the first out of the 9th inning. Six in a row retired by Padres pitching. One away, and it'll bring up Addison Russell. As it stands right now, it is a save situation. So Brendan Morrow had been warming up in the pen. Looks like he'll be coming in. Score remains the same here in this save opportunity. Morrow getting ready in the pen. He was up for a lot of the 8th. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Eric Lauer started the game 2 innings, giving up 5 runs. Matt Strom for 3 innings, giving up a run. Adam Simber went an inning, giving up a run. Greg Stammen 2 shutout innings, and now Kirby Yates. Swing and a miss, and Yates strikes out Addison Russell. 2 down in the 9th inning.
Boy, that split-fingered fastball setting up the 94 heater for the put away of Addison Russell. The pitch prior to this one was a split finger, swung on and missed, and that is Blue by You. It's the old Linda Ronstadt fastball.
2 down in the 9th inning brings up Ben Zobrist. Zobrist 1 for 4 in the ball game. Swing and a miss for strike 1. On the ground foul outside first, and it's 0-2. Padres pitching right now has retired 7 Cubs in a row. And Yates ahead, 0-2, Ben Zobrist. Fly ball, center field. Margot going back onto the track to make the catch in front of the wall. A 1-2-3 ninth. We head to the bottom of the 9th. 7-4 Cubs. Star of the game.
How about John Lester on the hill today, on record to be the guy with 12 wins prior to the All-Star break. How do you do it? Well, he throws that cut fastball, he throws that slider as well. Going into this game, hit 81 strikeouts, chalk up 7 today. He'll go to the break with 88 in 111 and 2/3 innings pitched. John Lester, the veteran left-hander, the Carl's Jr. star of the game.
7-4, Cubs have the lead. Will be the top of the Padres order. Manuel Margot will lead it off against the new pitcher. As Brandon Morrow comes into the game here.
Well, Don, you mentioned it last half inning, a safe situation for the right-hander Morrow, the former Padre. 7-4 lead, 21-23 in that category. Very good numbers. Decent splits, especially against the lefties, only hitting 154.
Takes over for Justin Wilson, who went an inning, giving up no hits, no runs, a walk, and had 2 Ks. Margot takes strike 1. Manuel with a single to center back in the 5th inning, a 1-for-4 day today. Down 0-2. Breaking into the big leagues with the Seattle Mariners back in 2007. Time in Toronto. Bunch of 2 years here. Line into left field. Margot is his 2nd hit of the day. Leadoff single to begin things here in the 9th.
Base runners, multiple base runners. Get that tying run up to the plate. Make things interesting. It's a breaking ball out of the hand of Morrow. Doesn't mean you can't throw him a breaking ball, just poor location. Outer third, and Manuel gets extended.
So leadoff single for Margot. Brings up Will Myers. 0-for-4 today. Myers struck out in the 1st and in the 3rd before grounding out in the 5th and the 7th. Strike 1, 1-1. Morrow had 10 saves back in 2008 for the Mariners. 2 last year with the Dodgers. Signed a 2-year deal with the Cubs during the offseason. Born in Santa Rosa, California. Resides in Scottsdale, Arizona. 1-2 pitch. That'll miss, and it's 2-2.
Well, keeping that double play in order, it's so important this late in the game. And Contreras, even though that ball gets away from him to the right, close enough to keep that runner at first base.
Line towards left center. Hayward will get over and make the catch. That was an adventure on a sinking fly ball. It kind of knuckled out there at him and almost didn't make the catch, but he does for the 1st out.
That's what I'm guessing. I'm guessing that ball knuckles off the bat of Will Myers, and he goes back, and then, whoa, got to recalibrate the GPS, comes in and makes the grab. Wasn't the best route.
1 down, runner at first, and it brings up Hunter Renfroe. Renfroe had homered his last time up. His 7th home run of the year. On the ground down the line at third, diving is Bodie. Gets up his throw. Picked on the other side by Rizzo. 2 down. Nice play down there by David Bodie. He's had a very good game today for the Cubs. Nice play on the other side by Rizzo.
David Bodie is making full advantage of playing third base today. Doing a fine job at the plate. He's been hit by a pitch, took a walk, scored a run. He's hit a double, and he's played very, very good at the hot corner. Taking away a run.
Two down in the 9th inning. Eric Hosmer, the batter. Bounces in for ball 1. High for ball 2. Hayward, the center fielder, over towards left center. Gap out in right center for Hosmer. Anticipating he'll go the other way. Strike 1. It's about where Morrow's been. 95 on the fastball today. Strike 2.
Sticking with the fastball, that's a lane changer there at 95.
Hosmer strikes out looking, and that ends the ball game. Hosmer's going to say some things to Ryan Blakeney, home plate umpire. That ends the game as the Cubs sweep the Padres in a 3-game series. And today, win it 7-4. Padres Live is next. Like Pomeranz, what's in store?
Donnie, boys, enjoy your All-Star break. Should be a ton of fun. When we come back, you're going to hear from Andy Green one last time before Tuesday's All-Star game right here on Fox. And we have Trevor's time for you.